So it is Sunday night and we are making homemade pizzas thanks to Taylor Elmore and Bethany from Budget Bethany. They both made homemade pizzas in their What's for Dinner videos this morning. So now me and the boys are going to cook us some homemade pizzas for dinner. And we are just going to follow the package instructions right now and go ahead and get the dough set up. It's getting there. You just got to get the flour off of the bottom. I'm going to use this one for my daughters. And I love the one that comes with it. I love the little pepperonis. These are the ones we made when I was little. I put some oil on the pan so we can make sure that the dough doesn't stick. And we have it sitting here on the stove while it preheats. And it says just to let it stand for 5 minutes. And then we're going to cut the dough in half and separate it into 2 pizzas. So we're going to half it. So go ahead and just, separate it.
And we flatten it too, don't we?
Yep. After you separate it, you'll flatten it out to form the pizza. Bring that this way just a little bit. There you go. Yeah, just spread them out. Yeah, careful not to make any holes or just patch them up. Do you want to take your watch off?
No.
That's one way to do it. Now the further you pat it out, the thinner your crust will be, and you like thin crust, so remember that.
This is Maya's.
You're gonna make hers thicker, they won't cook at the same time if you don't flatten them out the same. Love how you patch those holes up, son.
You get the fat ends. Then.
Okay. Now we are going to cook these for about 5 minutes before we put anything on top of them, because I'm afraid that this dough will not get completely done if I don't. And I'm just going to let these set for about 10 minutes and then we will cut them up. And that is our dinner for Sunday. All right. It is done. So I made a pack of chicken tenders for lunch, and I have some left over. The red ones are colored because they have seasoning on them, and then the other I just seasoned with onion powder, garlic, and a little bit of seasoning salt. So I'm just gonna cut these tenders up, and then I'm gonna put them in the pan with this roasted garlic Parmesan Alfredo sauce. And then I need to use up this tomato. This is one of the ones that I got at the Amish community last week. I'll link that haul down below if you are curious about that. And I'm just gonna cook some of these cute little pasta to toss it in. And I serve my Alfredo with olives. Yes, I'm weird. And I just put a tad bit of water in the jar just to get what's left inside so it doesn't waste. I'm gonna add some garlic salt. Onion powder. And black pepper. I'm gonna add this whole jar of pasta because if I do have any left, then I will just toss it in some Italian dressing for my daughter to take to work. Now I'm just gonna get the chicken and tomato cut up to put into the Alfredo sauce. And I'm just gonna add that straight to the Alfredo sauce. I set a timer for 12 minutes for the pasta just because I like to remember to check on it. Chicken is already cooked, so I just want it to warm through. So I've taken out a bit of pasta for my daughter, and I'm just gonna toss that with some Italian dressing after it cools, and then she can take that to work for lunch. So now I'm just gonna put all of the pasta in here. I'm just gonna stir it up. Alright, let me get it plated up and I'll show you all what it looks like. Here is my bowl. If I had some salad mix or crescent rolls, that's what I normally would serve with it. And this will be our dinner for Wednesday night. Alright guys, so tonight is, what is today? Thursday. And I was watching Melinda over at the Kitchen Diva, and she cooked a ground beef type of ramen dish that she found on Pinterest. And I decided that I really wanted that ramen tonight. So I am going to do it, but I'm doing it a little different because number one, I'm leaving the meat out of it. And I'm going to do a beef type of broth for mine. And then I'm going to do a vegetable broth based for my daughter. And I'm going to cook the vegetables on the side so we can add it to each separate dish with the different vegetable broths. And she mentioned wishing that she had remembered some egg rolls. So I thought about that when I picked my stuff up, and I grabbed these veggie egg rolls because I don't mind not eating meat, so I can just share these with my daughter instead of buying two different types of egg rolls. So the first thing that I'm going to do, I got some water boiling back there for the ramen, and my daughter is still working. So I'm only going to cook one pack of the ramen right now and make mine. Then I'm going to get the broccoli cut up and saute it in some butter and probably a little bit of oil with the carrots. And then I'm going to start the beef broth in another pan with one of the packets of the seasoning from the ramen pack. She used soy sauce or liquid aminos. I can't remember which one. Soy gives me an insane migraine. So I'm not going to use any type of soy, and I don't like coconut aminos or any of the other substitutions for soy. So mine is just going to be a beef broth base with that little seasoning packet in it from the ramen, and then vegetables. So First thing we're gonna do is get the vegetables cut up and started sauteing, and I'm gonna put the veggie egg rolls in my air fryer. So I've added the can of beef broth here in this front pan, and then I put just a half a can of water in it to kind of thin it out a little bit so the flavor is not too rich. And I'm just gonna let that seasoning cook in the beef broth while I get the vegetables ready. I'm just gonna do 1 egg roll for myself. Gonna start at 400 degrees on 6 minutes, and then I will check it, flip it over, and probably do another 6 minutes. Because I want that to help flavor the beef broth. Gonna start a little bit of olive oil for the carrots and broccoli. Sweet and sour sauce is a must for egg rolls. I'm just gonna get the carrots and the broccoli started. And some garlic salt on the vegetable. Gonna go ahead and start my noodles. I'm gonna go ahead and get my broth in the bowl because my noodles are almost done. There it is, guys. My homemade ramen with a veggie egg roll. And I did break out the chopsticks and the spoon. If you're gonna do it, you gotta do it right. I will put a link to this little kit in the description box below. It comes with a wooden fork, spoon, and chopsticks. I got me and my daughter a little kit. This is what the other package looks like. And they come together, so I will link that in the description box below. And that is going to be dinner for Thursday. That is going to wrap up today's video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like this video, and if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell.